What's up, guys? Welcome back to Al Frugoni Open Fire Cooking, and today we have a special cook with a very special friend, Big Habs from Rio Grande Valley, and we're cooking
a whole steer.
Whole steer, everybody. Vamos!
They slaughtered the cow about 21 days ago.
I did it.
Yeah, actually you did.
Yeah.
So it's been hanging in the refrigeration for that long. So to prep the cow, what we did was we brought it out and we used an axe and we split the spine so we could butterfly it.
Yeah.
After that, we went ahead and strung it up, and we brought it on a tractor over here so we can mount it on the cross.
That's right. I know. That's what I said.
What's the plan? What is the strategy? How you cook a cow like this? What's the difference with when you're cooking a whole hog?
It's the same process, but a different animal, bigger. The meat is different, it cooks differently, but it's kind of the same feel when you're working your fire, and like if it's got too much heat, what you do with your coals or when to add more wood, what the wind is doing. You know, even from the small animals, it's what you're feeling for, all the way to the end of the cook. And like I said, on such a big, a bigger piece of cut meat, it's a longer process of feeling and working your fire the same. So the way we're doing it, we've got the bone side down and we've got the hind legs up, which is the thicker part of the meat. So we're keeping our fire out in front, and we're cooking that top part, but that heat is still cooking up between the ribs, and we've got a small bit of coals up on the front so we can be cooking the other quarters as we cook the top in an even process as much as possible. The meat will get softened up, you'll feel the warmth start coming through. It's kind of like the way you do your picanhas. It's time to flip it, and finish it off from the backside.
How you control the temperature if we are in open fire cooking?
It's all by feel of the hand, a second. It's all by what you feel down here. Like even though our fire's over here, you can feel this heat. If you touch the animal, it's hot, it's cooking.
Yep.
Up here, and you figure out kind of like what your time is, you count it. I know, Al, for him, he likes a good 7 to 8 seconds, and I'm a little bit faster, for some reason, his 8 seconds is probably my 5, but I usually count about 5.
But we learn a lot, right, Javi? We cook our first cow together, and we took 22 hours, I think, the first
Right,
one.
yes.
And now we have perfection this style, and then he's cooking it. It's a 400-pound.
Yeah, I'd say 12 hours. It's
12 hours, yeah. Today we don't have any wind. That's good, right?
Yep. It died down.
Yeah, it's a big factor.
Which is why I hang my flag, so the ones that don't know what to feel or see, they can see that the wind is blowing which way with the flag. That's why I like to put up a flag.
Exactly. That's what Javi told me. He always put a flag to see where the wind is coming, right? Because if the wind is blowing that direction, he's gonna lower up the cross, right?
Right, or I'll push it in. If the wind's blowing my heat out, I push in a little bit. And if it's blowing in it, then I'll have my fire over here, and that wind will cook the animal. And right now we're a steady wind, so we're just out in front just a little bit.
Yeah. Basically what we are doing here, we set up the strategy on how we're gonna cook it, right? And then we have to maintain that strategy, right? So, like I always say, you always have to be in control of the cook, right? So if we now have 5 seconds, and if the wind changes or everything changes, we're gonna adapt, right?
Right.
But the key, we always have to have the 5-6 seconds here, right?
Right.
Okay, Javi, it's gonna be a long cook. We're gonna drink a lot of beer, right? Overnight.
Yes, sir.
So are we ready?
Yeah, we'll see you. I'll call you in the morning to wake you up.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's come back in a few hours and see how is this looking, okay? Vamos.
Let's go. It's almost 1 in the morning. We're just checking in. We've got this cow on. She's been going for about 7 hours, and everything's on track, looking good, beautiful color, rendering down, that drip coming right off, looking beautiful. We've got our good friends from Argentina backing us up. We've got our friends from California out here. We've got our friends from the Valley and from West Texas, and we're out here just doing it. What we're looking for is we're kind of feeling our heat. So our color is looking really good. We're seeing the color on our rib bones, like that blood is like cooking out of them. But we go to the backside and we're feeling for heat coming through the animal with the heat that we're putting from the front. Once that heat comes through, that's when we'll give it a flip and we'll start cooking the backside of it to kind of finish off that cook. It's kind of a waiting game, but what we're doing is we're taking care of our fire. We're keeping it consistent, shuffling our coals to have a consistent heat until, like I said, we get that breakthrough heat on the back. You're looking for the feel of the meat. It's gonna feel a little squishy. It's gonna feel warm. And that's when we know this thing's almost ready to turn. I've got a killer team. We've done this enough to know, you know, what to look for, what to feel. What we're doing right now is kind of like a normal event that we're just cooking a cow, and it's, right now everything's perfect.
So what I'm looking for is the dark bark coming on here, and you can see the meat pulling off the bone. If you look down in there where the spine is at, you can see the moisture pushing out from the backside. So we know some of that moisture is coming out. And then you notice the ribs turning black, and that's the blood getting pushed out of there. That's the stuff I'm looking for. So we know the heat's penetrating through the meat. We've been on this, and I think we're right on time. Actually, I think it's a little faster. The wind has died down. You can see the fire is not going crazy. So it actually helped the fire to speed up the cook. So I think we got about 3 or 4 hours before we flip it and finish the cook off.
The community, the barbecue community, the open fire community, where it originates from, it just all comes together at an event like this. And we've got people from all over the world, from South America, from Australia, we got people from England, Canada, and we're all here, and we're all speaking the same language. We've got about 7 more hours on this cook. So in the meantime, Vilmar, my friend from Argentina, he's cooking some Iberico pork. Iberico pork comes from Spain, and they say it's the Wagyu of pork. And it is the best pork you will ever eat. We've got about 7 more hours on this cook. We're gonna come out right on time on this cow so we can be ready for tomorrow. We stayed up all night, and about 6 o'clock we started tearing it down, and we made a consomme, and we're serving quesadilla tacos. And what I'm doing is I'm just keeping it warm now. So I'm, adding some wood here and keep my fire going. It was a hell of a party last night, but we got it done. You know how it is, barbecue? I'm gonna go ahead and flip it so I can keep that side on the backside warm. I'm going nice and easy because this cow's, it's done. As many times as we've done this, and with the people that we do it with, like each time gets better, easier, faster. I think we've got it down with a solid team, and it was a good cook. So we have a consomme going. The cow has been roasting all night. We really wanted to put some flavor into it, so what we've done, we made a consomme, and we're serving quesadilla tacos.
Okay, the final product is here. Javi, before we try it, I want to say something. Javi cooked all this cow by himself. I'm too busy hosting this party, but I have to say something to y'all. 4 years ago, when we did our first cow, I remember that night nobody slept. I was so terrified that I screwed up that cow, right? So to cook at this level, it requires a dedication, a skill. I remember that morning when we touched, remember? 6
Oh yeah,
a.m.,
we felt it.
we knew we nailed it.
Yeah.
That feeling for me is one of the best feelings I had in my life. Of course, after having my kids, but it was so gratifying. So you've been doing cows since then. You perfection the method. You are the #1 guy in the US for sure. The amount of respect I have for you, man, and you being my friend, man, is unique, man. And you cooking this and at my event, He's
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
that's why we're here, and
it,
that's
man.
why we do it, man. Like you said, the fire brings us together, and we've been doing it for so long together that we can make anything happen.
Yeah.
And that's why we have all of this behind us.
Cut the bullshit. We're rough people.
Yeah,
we cook
man,
cows.
yeah,
We don't
forget
get
all
rid-
that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. The editor cut that, okay?
So the whole cow, we turned it into a quesadilla taco. We used ancho, guajillo, all the chilies, cooked it up in a corn tortilla, cilantro, onion, cheese, and here it is. Cheers.
You outdid it yourself, brother.
Amazing teamwork.
So this is it, guys. Whole steer cook with my friend Javi. I hope you enjoy it. And if you like content like this, follow my channel, subscribe, like. Javi, thank you.
Thank
Vamos.
you.
Alfregoni out.
Vamos!